Today we're at Cactus High School for the Arizona Robotics League. Last season, the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation and Honeywell invested in this playing surface that you see behind me to give first robotics teams in Arizona a chance to practice their skills during their off season. And to come and see it today is absolutely incredible.
The Arizona Robotics League is a place where teams can maximize the use of their resources because it is a free event. All teams get to participate for free, and this is all thanks to our sponsors like the Arizona Diamondbacks and Honeywell.
We are hoping that these events combined with our regular season stuff really inspires the community to keep their programs around for a longer period of time, and we can overall grow STEM in Phoenix and all of Arizona.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our most exciting show of the season, the ARL Championship Alliance Selection Show. My name is Luke Balancio. I am one of your ARL program directors, and joining me today is Argeo. Argeo does so much for ARL, but yeah. He's also a slide guy, which if you're new here, you're not quite familiar with the guy who makes all...
You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted? Yikes. LOL. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Luke Balancio. I am one of your ARL program directors, this time unmuted. Welcome to our most exciting show of the year, the ARL Championship Alliance Selection Show. Joining me, as always, is Argeo. Argeo, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Argeo. If you don't know me yet, I'm a mentor on 498, and I'm also the marketing coordinator for the Arizona Robotics League.
And just as an aside, apologies for our Discord announcements on team list that had teams' names misspelled. That team list was provided to me by our marketing coordinator with the misspelled team names. So if you're in the Discord and saw those posts and were offended by the misspelled team names, wasn't me, even though I posted it.
I apologize for those.
Alrighty, well, we have a great, awesome, amazing, really exciting show for you tonight. If you're new here, we are the Arizona Robotics League. We are a series of off-season events that play FRC, First Robotics Competition. Our amazing sponsors for this year are Honeywell and the Arizona Diamondbacks, so we couldn't be where we are without them. I'd like to take this time now to also thank our amazing volunteers, where we also could not be where we are without them. And then the third person I'd like to thank is actually the teams. I haven't really done it on our show yet this year, but and seeing as this, we're kind of turning down to the end of the year. I'm very grateful to all of the teams who have taken part in our events over the summer, and I think everyone who has been are really leading the way in terms of growing FRC in Arizona, and I couldn't be more excited to have 24 awesome teams lined up for the championship this weekend. Yeah, you can find us and follow us if you haven't already on all of our socials. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitter, we have a Facebook. We also have a LinkedIn and a YouTube. So you can find us pretty much anywhere. So go ahead and do that. And tonight's show, like I said, is going to be kind of a banger. We're going to start off with a recap, a really fast 5-minute recap of our last ARL qualifier that happened this past weekend. And then we'll talk about the top 8 a little bit. And then we'll get into alliance selections. Alrighty? So without further ado, Argeo, why don't you take us away on the action this weekend at Cactus High School?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, last Saturday, Cactus High School played host to the 5th and final ARL qualifying event. It saw 11 teams and 1 Phantom robot play 26 matches of Rapid React. After those 26 matches, Team 498 Cobra Commanders sat in first with a ranking score of 2.15. They would partner with 3853 Prytronics and 9498 Cobra 2. The second alliance was captained by 9165 Paradise 2, who chose 2662 as their first partner, and 7755, the Phantom Circuits, to wrap up their alliance. In the third alliance, we saw 6413 pair up with Team Paradise 1165 and their new Swerve bot in 9413. That's Degrees of Freedoms 2. The fourth and final alliance was led by 9449, who picked up 9662 RoboCrew 2 and the elusive Phantom robot for those extra points. After a quick timeout, the playoffs got underway, with the number 1 alliance winning semifinals 1 and 3, making a great use of their traversal high climb combo to mitigate any point loss from defense. On the other side of the bracket, the number 3 seed became the underdog story to follow. They defeated number 2 seed in 2 matches, leading to the first final matches in ARL history to feature an alliance other than 1 or 2. Despite this good fortune, the number 3 seed had a tough matches ahead. Heavy defense from 9498 combined with 498's launchpad shot consistency and 3053's traversal climb meant that another win was secured for 498 and 9498, as well as a maiden ARL victory for 3853. Congratulations to all the teams that participated. It was a wonderful event.
Yeah, our final event was a doozy. There was really fast turnaround, a lot of matches played, a lot of robots struggled to make it to their matches and maybe stay afloat the whole day, but it was a really good event. Normally we kind of deep dive the implications of maybe the impact on the rankings, but there kind of really wasn't any. 498 already securing the top spot in the rankings, so another win didn't really do anything, and because they had a ranking score below 2.5, they didn't really gather enough points to be one of their top 2 events. The one note to make is that 3053 Prytronics grabbing an event win does catapult them into tied for... Arheo?
Technically tied for second, given the 3-way tie for first.
Sure, we can go there.
But
yes, yeah, they catapult all the way up, so their second event win. Thank you to all of our volunteers again for coming out this weekend and everyone who came and attended the event. I know one weekend after the Arizona State Championship was tough for some teams, and it being a Saturday-Sunday event rather than a Friday-Saturday event posed some troubles, but we got the event. We got through the event, and I thought it was really fun. So thank you to everyone again. For one final look at our ARL rankings, boom, there they are. So as we just talked about, 3053 kind of jumps up and catapults into the number 5 spot, and no real other moves and movers or shakers in the bunch. We can take this opportunity to say that we did have a few last-second drops of teams in our top 24 ARL standings. So we do have teams that have joined the 24 that will be competing in 2 weeks. And the big note here is that we lost 88-48 in the top 8, and that slides up a bunch of teams into picking position who may not have been in there before. And then if you look towards the bottom, a team update coming out tomorrow, retroactive to yesterday. You'll see that we've added 698, 9989, and 7703 to our list of 24, and they come in all with 0 ranking points, which is why they're at the bottom. Okie doke. Awesome. So the next thing I would like to cover would be the top 8. So the top 8, and this is the kind of year that we've had. So 498 takes the number 1 spot via tiebreaker. 498's tiebreaker was that they participated in the highest scoring match of the season, and that is tiebreaker number 1. And if you're curious about all of the tiebreakers, they are available in our ARL handbook. Following right behind them, tied with 94 ARL championship points, is Team 2486, the Coconuts from Flagstaff. They won the only 2 ARL events they came to in dominant fashion. And then also, I have listed here as it counts as an event, Arizona State Champs, they won that event as well. So they had a very great offseason, also coming in with 94 ARL championship points. And also tied with 94 ARL championship points is 2403, the robot that has been in the most finals and victories of anyone over the summer here, taking the dub at ARL July, ARL August, ARL September. They won Arizona State Champs as the captain, and they were even runner-up at ARL June. The one other ARL event they attended where they did not win was ARL June, and they were runner-up, the very first one. So the tiebreaker between 2486 and 2403, if you follow along in the handbook, goes all the way down to the very bottom, which was quite literally a random selection. It was a coin flip, which we did, right? So that's how close 2486 and 2403 were in the tiebreaker. Right behind 2403 at 79 ARL championship points is our number 4 team of the year, is 4183 the Bit Buckets. They won the ARL June event as the first pick of the number 1 seed, and they were runners-up at ARL August as well as the Arizona State Championship. Because of their success this past weekend during the ARL October event, our number 5 team is 3853 Prytronics. They won the ARL October event, as I just said, and they were ARL runner-up at the ARL September events. They also come in with 79 ARL championship points. How many times can I say ARL in 5 minutes? I don't know, but we're gonna figure it out.
We'll find out.
They are also on tiebreak with 4183. 4183, the tiebreaker that happened was they also participated in the highest scoring match of the season. So that's the tiebreaker there. Our number 6 team is Team 6413, Degrees of Freedom. They were kind of always a bridesmaid, never a bride this season. Event runners-up at ARL June, ARL July, and ARL October from various captaincy positions. And they come in with 70 ARL championship points. A really solid robot who, at every event they came to, which I'm pretty sure was all of them, competed very well. Our number 7 team, 6352, launch team, was ARL runner-up at ARL September. I don't know why I keep saying ARL runner-up. Event runner-up, read the slides. They had 57 ARL championship points. And our last team, sliding in at number 8, is 2449, a defense specialist with event wins at ARL July and ARL August. The ARL August event being a 4th robot sub for the number 1 seed. And they, with their success, have come in with 55 ARL championship points. So they are currently sitting as their number 8 captain. Now, you may have noticed as we were going through, or if you're been busy with your team making our pick list selection sheets, that there are a lot of very closely named teams and numbers, and some of it is very confusing, and we totally understand and we appreciate the confusion because it is confusing. And we've tried our best to keep teams apart so that you could recognize them via number and name. But at the end of the day, because we have a lot of duplicates, it just gets very confusing. So, without too much deep dive on the robots themselves, we do want to cover maybe the traps, like the trap numbers and team names before we start a line selection, so that nobody is confused beforehand. Okie doke. Sound good?
That's a great idea.
Oh, it is a good idea. I agree. Alrighty. Alright, why don't you talk us through these?
Yeah, so up first we have 498 on the left-hand side.
Yep.
The green intake. And 9498 to the defense specialist. Not much going on there than the drivetrain.
And what the names below correspond to the names in the team list that we have posted in the Discord, right? So if they say parentheses 2020, the same parentheses should be in the team list on Discord. Alrighty? So 498's one to keep an eye out for. Probably the most confusing one to keep an eye out for. And really quick, shout out to Degrees of Freedom. We had we had one too many teams drop the championship event for our wait list of teams. So Degrees of Freedom are stepping up and bringing a 3rd robot with them to the ARL championship, which is very helpful so we can have our field of 24. So Arheo, why don't you talk us through?
Massive props to them.
For
so
sure.
Yeah, we have 6413, their standard one, over on the leftmost side. And then the Swerve bot that debuted at ARL October is going to be under 9413. Same way it did there. And then all the way on the right is 9989, which is a 2020 robot, which did compete in one ARL event.
More than one, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I believe 2.
Mm-hmm. So very seasoned. A seasoned drive team members, and drive trains. Alrighty, moving right along. 2403.
Yeah, on the right, the 2403 robot we've seen all year long, winning. And then the 2020 robot on the left, more squarish, more boxy, that is 9403.
That would be 2403 on the left and 2403 2020, or 9403 on the right. I don't know. Left and rights are hard for slide guy. That's why the slides are sometimes
sure, yeah.
wonky.
I'll blame it on my left-handedness.
All right, and apologize for the quality of these photos. The Twitch VOD, not friends. So these are 1165s, Paradise Robotics robots. On the left, we have their rebuilt 2022 robot with an everybot intake and a mid-climber, which was functioning very well at ARL October. And on the right, we have their defensive robot, 9165, also debuting at ARL October. We have, we just kind of talked about the number 8 seed captain on the left here, 2449 out of Orbit's robot. And on the right, we have 9449, which you may recognize from the Arizona State Championship and the 2022 season. Their numbers are in reverse order because that is the order that they were entered into the ARL season. Don't get confused there. 2449 is the drivetrain defense bot. That has won 2 events. And 9449 is the robot from 2022 that you may have seen at the Arizona State Championship or at other regionals this year. And finally, 2662 Robo Crew has their 2022 robot on the left, which keeps getting more consistent, I gotta say. And 9662, their defense robot on the right, which debuted at ARL October. All right. So without further ado, I think maybe it's time to hop into what everybody's here for, yeah? The line
let's do
selection.
it.
Before we do have a couple things to go over. Number one, I want to go over how the Alliance selection is going to work for our viewers at home and our Alliance selection representatives in Discord. And number two, we have the standard Alliance selection animation video to play for y'all because you thought you could escape it not being at a real regional. You can't. We're gonna play it for you. So a bit of warning that this is the first time an Alliance selection has been done over Twitch, and that we are also using Discord to coordinate everything. And because there is a bit of a delay on Twitch, please bear with us as we kind of get through some of the kinks of our first time going through this process. All of our Alliance representatives are in a Discord voice channel right now. When it is time for the captains to pick, we will be dragging them into their respective Alliance voice lobbies. They will make their pick to us, and then we will drag their pick in as well, and they will say yes or no, and we'll go from there. Kind of normal. Okie dokie. Any questions on that, Arheo, that you can think of? Works just like a normal regional or event. It's not going to be scuffed. Don't worry. It's going to be fine.
It'll be great.
Don't worry. The only thing that might be scuffed is how loud this gentleman is talking about their Alliance selection. So I'm just going to talk over him, to be honest. So our top 8 teams will have 8 captains, and they'll make their first picks, right? And as robots get picked, if they're in the top 8, everyone behind that team that was picked slides up a spot. If they pick outside the top 8, the robot has the option to robots have the option to accept or decline no matter what. If they accept or if they decline and they're outside the top 8 and they do not fall into the top 8, they are not eligible to play in playoffs. If they decline and they're in the top 8, they cannot be picked by another team, so they will be an Alliance captain. And we'll go so on and so forth until we're done. And we have exactly 24 teams. So once we get back to the number 1 seed for the back down the draft, we will have exactly 1 robot left, and that robot will be assigned to Alliance 1. Okie doke. A couple other things to remember, and that will probably have happened to us, is that, and if you check the ARL handbook, it's in there. Alliance captains that are not present for the Alliance selection tonight will auto pick the next highest ranked team, and Alliance or robots that are picked that do not have a representative here tonight will auto accept. Okay, so to go over that one more time, if we have a top 8 captain and they do not have an Alliance representative in the Discord lobby, when we get to them, they will auto pick the next highest ranked team. And if a team is picked that doesn't have a representative in the Discord lobby, they will auto say yes. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's kick it over to our bracket here. And as we'll go, we'll be filling in the bracket again. Work with us. We have some awesome volunteers in the back end doing this part for us, and there may be some delay, but we shall see. Okie dokie. So to get started, our number 1 ranked team is Team 498, the Cobra Commanders. And hold up. This is the scuffed part we were discussing. Alrighty. Team 498, the Cobra Commanders, who is your first pick? Team 498, the Cobra Commanders, might be muted, so we are still awaiting their first pick.
Team 498, the Cobra Commanders, would like to invite Team 2486, the Coconuts, to join our alliance.
Alrighty, Team 2486, the Coconuts. As soon as I locate their alliance representative, I will drag. Oh, it was done. Okay, Arheo, you're not supposed to be doing it, but thank you. There we go. Sorry. Team 2486, the Coconuts. You have been invited to an alliance via Team 498. Okay, so they graciously accept. In case anyone couldn't hear that, we'll turn it up one more time, but they graciously accepted. Awesome. So that removes Team 498 and Team 2486 from the board. The number 2 seeded captain will be Team 2403. And I will drag them into 2. All right, Team 2403, Team Plasma. You are captain of the 2 seed. Who would you like to invite to your alliance?
Team Team 2403. I would like to invite the launch team. Team 6352.
Okay, Team 6352, the launch team. Hello, Team 6352, the launch team. You have been invited by Team 2403 Plasma to join the 2nd seeded alliance.
Team 6352 graciously accepts.
Alrighty. So now we have our first 2 alliances sorted out here with the 1st and 2nd pick. And our number 3 captain. Sorry, my screen is not updating. There we go. Our number 3 captain will be Team 4183, the Bit Buckets from Tucson, Arizona. Yep, drag them in here. Team 4183 Bit Buckets, you are captain of the 3 seed. Who would you like to invite to your alliance?
Team 4183 would like to select Team 3853.
Okay. Team 3853 Pridetronics. Let's drag them in here. Okay. Alrighty, Team 3853, you've been invited by Team 4183, the Bit Buckets, to join the 3rd seeded alliance.
Team 3853 graciously accepts.
Alright. Moving right on down the list, we now have our 4th seeded alliance captain. Go into here. Be team number 6413, Degrees of Freedom. Oops, as soon as I pull them in here. Alrighty, Team 6413, Degrees of Freedom, you are alliance captain of the 4 seed. Who would you like to invite to your alliance?
Team 6479, Aztecs.
Alrighty, Team 6479, the Aztecs. I will drag them in here. Alrighty, Team 6479, you have been invited by Team 6413 to join the number 4 seeded alliance.
Team 6479 graciously accepts.
Alright, so then we have the first 2 picks of the number 4 seed. Our number 5 seeded captain, falling all the way from the 8 seed here, will be Team 2449. And I just need to... my screen is not big enough for me to drag them in here. Ariel, can you drag them in? Ariel, can you drag them in?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Slight difficulty in the screen size.
It is not.
All right,
letting
I'm doing it. I figured it out. All right. Oh, no. Ariel, what did you do?
It is not letting me grab
There,
it.
stop, because I grabbed him. All right.
I didn't do anything.
All right. All right. Okay, they keep leaving, I think. Team 2449, you are the alliance captain of alliance number 5. Who would you like to invite to your alliance?
Team 2449 would like to invite wait, what?
Sorry, could you maybe repeat it one more time? I'm not sure I heard it.
Team 3449. 2449 would like to graciously invite Team 3944.
3944, I got you. Okie dokie. Team 3944, the All Knights. Alrighty, Team 3944, you've been invited by Team 2449 to join the number 5 alliance.
Hello.
Hello.
Team 3944 would like to graciously accept.
Awesome. Alrighty. So the number 5 alliance has their first 2 picks. Alright, the number 6 alliance captain now becomes team number 9413, Degrees of Freedom 2. This is the Swerve Drive edition. Let me grab them and pull them in here. Alrighty, team 9413, Degrees of Freedom 2, the Swerve Drive edition. You are the alliance captain of alliance number 6. Who would you like to invite to your alliance?
We would like to invite Team 1165, Team Paradise.
Okie doke. 1165 Paradise. Let me go ahead and bring it down. Alrighty, Team 1165 Paradise, you've been invited by Team 9413 to join the number 6 Alliance. You might be muted, or I mean you are muted, but I don't know if you know it.
Team 1165 graciously accepts.
Awesome. Alrighty. Our number 7 captain is going to be Team 2662. Oops, sorry about that. Team 2662, Robo Crew. Let me grab 2. Where'd they go? There we go. Alrighty, Team 2662, Robo Crew. You are captains of Alliance number 7. Who would you like to invite to your alliance? One more time, maybe? I saw you unmute, but I did not hear the team number. Uh-oh. So there might be something wrong with your microphone, but you can message the chat inside the voice channel here if you'd like. And you can tell me the team number, and we can invite them to your alliance. Or you can post it pretty much anywhere, and we'll find it.
Team 2662 would like to invite Team 698.
Team 698. Okie dokie. Alrighty, Team 698, you've been invited by Team 2662 to join the number 7 Alliance.
Team 698 graciously accepts.
Awesome. Alrighty. And our final Alliance captain is going to be Team 9403 Plasma 2, who we've seen all season. Alrighty. Team 9403, you are the captains of the number 8 seeded alliance. Who would you like to invite?
Team 9403 Plasma 2 would like to invite Phantom Circuits to join our alliance.
Okay.
Team 7755.
7755, you got it. Bringing them on down. Oh. Alrighty, Team 7755, you've been invited by Team 9403 to join the number 8 seeded alliance.
Team 7755 gladly accepts.
Awesome. Alrighty, and I will give y'all a few minutes here to pick to decide on another team. While we're waiting, let's see, we can update our slides here. I don't know. Google Slides doesn't like update when your slideshow, which is kind of lame. But we'll give everyone a couple minutes here to decide on their teams. Kind of an interesting outlook here in our top 8, looking at how the draft order went. A few surprises here and there. A lot of quality robots still left on the board. Yep. I don't know. They usually play like the Jeopardy song right now, which I really don't like. But I don't really have that queued up. I apologize about the how loud everything is. It's difficult to balance the Discord voices because it's just naturally lower, and we'll work on it for next season. I know, again, this is the first time we're doing it, so I appreciate everybody in the audience bearing with us as we get through it. But we're getting there, promise. Alrighty, let's check back in with the 8 seed and see if we're at a place where we can make a pick. Alrighty, 8 seed, have we decided on a team?
Yes. So, we would like to invite Team 9989 Degrees of Freedom 3 to join our alliance.
Alrighty, Team 9989, and got the team name correct. That's awesome. Degrees of Freedom 3. They do not have a Discord representative, but it is being done by the other representative, so don't worry about it. Team 9989 Degrees of Freedom 3, you've been invited by team number 9403 and 7755 to join the number 8 alliance.
We graciously accept.
Heck yeah. Okay, so that is our confirmed number 8 seed. Go back out here. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry, I'm in my slides. There we go. Alrighty, so I will move 9413's representative back to Alliance 6. And we'll work our way down the list back with Alliance 7. Hello, Alliance 7. Have you determined who your final pick will be?
Yeah, we've decided on Team 1011.
Team 1011. From Tucson, Arizona, Team Crush. Let's pull them down in here. Alrighty, Team 1011, you've been invited by Team 2662 and 698 to join the 7th seeded alliance.
Team 1011 graciously accepts.
Awesome. So the number 7 alliance is locked in. Move on up to the number 6 alliance. Hello, number 6 alliance. Have you guys decided on a robot?
Yes, Team 9413 and Team
1165.
would like to invite Team 9498 Cobra 2 to our alliance.
Alrighty, 9498 Cobra 2. Drag them down here. Alright, 9498 Cobra 2, you've been invited by Team 9413 and 1165 to join the number 6 alliance.
Team 9498 would love to play with you.
Awesome. Alrighty, moving on down to alliance number 5. Hello, alliance number 5. Have you guys decided on a team? Need a little bit of time. No problem. I will hop into another voice channel so I don't give your secrets away. Alright. Give them a minute or two. And by a minute or two, I mean hopefully a minute. Decide who they would like to pick. But we have our 8, 7, and 6 alliances finalized. There are still some hidden gems still left on the board here. I think a couple of our bottom alliance here, they're actually pretty strong. What do you think, Arhu?
I think, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Some great picks being made by those alliances, especially with the uphill battles they're going to have to fight in the playoffs.
Yep, and just as a reminder, while we're waiting here, that the bracket that we will be using for the ARL Championship is the double elimination bracket that they will be using next year for FRC. The only difference being that each match, instead of it being a best of 1, is a best of 3. So in every round, you play a series best 2 out of 3, right? But what does this mean for everyone? It means that, let's say the 8 seed loses in 2 matches to the 1 seed. Their day is not over. They then go to the lower bracket, and they get to play a completely different alliance to try to stay alive in the tournament. So I'm very excited to try this out. Very excited to use this with our ARL teams here. If you have any questions on this, it's covered pretty in depth in the handbook, and we will go over it again near the end of the show here. But it should be a great, it'll take a lot of the day, and it'll be really fun. So let's hop back into Alliance number 5 and see where they're at. Alrighty, guys, are we, you guys ready?
Not really, because you just showed, the elimination bracket over the alliance pick list, so...
Oh, do you need to see who's left?
Yes.
Okay, then I will leave it up. My bad, everybody. Sorry about that. I will leave it up on screen for a little bit for everyone to look at. I don't have any interlude music. I don't know. Arheo, what's been your favorite storyline from ARL this year?
I think it's been really interesting to watch Degrees of Freedom 6413. They started off with a very similar robot to the postseason, the beginning of the postseason, but they've slowly started adding more and more ambitious upgrades.
Yeah.
And they haven't all worked out perfectly, but they get better each time we see it. So.
Yeah, that has been really awesome. No, I completely agree, and I think that's a perfect example of a team really utilizing the ARL format and the number of events you can have, and how you can, really use the time in the summer to build up your team and the projects you can take on, and can really just extend your build season, I guess, so to speak. I don't know. I think along the similar veins with you, Degrees of Freedom, I've been really impressed by 2662 Robo Crew. I think after only attending one event during the regular season, they've really also as well utilized the ARL events and gotten better and better and better at every event. They even captained the number 2 seed and made it to finals in one of our events, which I think is awesome, right? And I think that's another thing that's so great about ARL is, a lot of our teams in Arizona, they don't have the opportunity to maybe go to more than one event. And the ARL provides, 6 more events free of charge for all teams in Arizona to go to. And I'm hoping that as we continue to do it, right, year after year, we continue to get more and more teams on board for events in the championship. And it'll just be like a regular part of your build season. When you pitch your program to your school, your district, or your teacher in the beginning of the year, you can say, like, well, no, it's not just from January to, or at least the robot-wise, our project doesn't end in March or May. We can continue to work on it all the way until October or November.
Yeah, I think it's gonna vastly improve robotics across the entire state,
which is the goal. Alrighty, let's hop back. Hopefully, I've had the bracket up long enough this time. Let's go on back. Alrighty, I vamped for a long time.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Almost. Jacob, do you think that we should choose 9662? It's a pretty good defense bot, and those are.
All right, yeah.
Oh, he said yeah. My bad. Going back. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
One more time for me. Who would you like to pick?
Teams 2449
and 3944.
I'd like to choose team 9662.
Already? 9662, Robo Crew number 2, pulling them down in here. Already, 9662, you've been invited by teams 2449 and 3944 to join the number 5 alliance. Just don't forget to unmute when you're ready.
Team 9662 graciously accepts.
Alrighty, great job, everyone. Our number 5 alliance is locked in. We'll move right on up to the number 4 seed. Alrighty, the number 4 seed, 6413 Degrees of Freedom and 6479 Aztec. Do you guys have a pick?
Yes. Team 6413 Degrees of Freedom and Team 6479. And Team 6479 Aztecs would like to invite Team 9449 out of orbit.
9449 out of orbit. I will pull them in here. Alrighty, Team 9449, you've been invited by Team 6413 Degrees of Freedom and 6479 Aztecs to join the number 4 alliance.
Team 9449 graciously accepts.
Awesome, easy peasy. Moving right along to the number 3 seed. Alrighty, hello number 3 seed. Are you guys ready to make your pick?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Team 4183 and Team 3853 would like to invite Team 9165.
Team 9165. Hello, Team 9165. You've been invited by Team 4183, the Bit Buckets, and 3853 Prytronics to join the number 3 alliance.
Team 9165 would like to graciously accept.
Awesome. Alrighty. And then I will join the number 2 alliance in just 1 second. I'm going to reset the bracket for anybody still using it. And we do have one more robot that is not in the voice lobby, but is on the screen, so 7703. And I will go into number 2 alliance now.
Yep, that works for me.
Oh, perfect timing. Team 2403 and 6352. Are you all ready to make your pick?
Yeah, we are. So team 2403.
And 6352.
I would like to invite team 2375, Dragon Robotics.
Perfect. Team 2375, Dragon Robotics. Hello, Team 2375. You've been invited by Team 2403 and 6352 to join the number 2 alliance.
Team 2375 would like to graciously accept.
Awesome. And we go right up to our number 1 alliance here with the last pick of the event. Hello, number 1 seed, 498 and 2486. I'm going to absolutely let you make your invite here. There is 1 robot left on the board.
Well, Team 498, the Cobra Commanders, and
Team 2486, the Coconuts.
I'd like to invite Team 7703, the Robo Bears, to join our alliance.
Alrighty, and because the Team 7703 doesn't have a alliance representative in the voice lobby, they accept. They also accept because they're the last robot, so they do. So that wraps up our alliances. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who has participated. I will have the alliances finalized on the show in just a second here, and we encourage that all of the alliance representatives maybe exchange contact information with their partners right now, so that you can be in contact with them over the course of the next week and a half, and begin to work together. We will export this graphic and post it in the ARL Discord shortly, probably pretty immediately. I think we have someone working on that right now. And I think this is so I've been fielding a few questions, throughout the season on kind of why we're choosing to do alliance selections ahead of time. And there are a couple of reasons, but the biggest of which is the point of the ARL is for our seasoned veterans who play, 40, 50, 60, 70 matches a year to compete more with our teams that don't get to compete more than maybe 15 or 10 matches a year, right? And the more we compete together, the more we can learn from each other, and the better we all get, right? And from my experience, this has happened to me one time, but from my experience, when you can take that really awesome, everyone knows this, right? When you get picked for an alliance, it's like a really hyper fast learning experience. You're working with your captain, or you're working with your first pick, and you're trying to diagnose their robot. You're a robot, you're writing new alliance, you're programming program code, you're looking at their wires, you're doing some quality assurance type stuff. And it's really the best part about FRC crunched up into one part of the day on Saturday. And only, a certain few get to experience that to the fullest. So the idea behind getting to work with your alliance partners early is that you have now a week and a half, and in future years, hopefully longer than a week and a half, to really dive in with these teams that you're paired with and see how you can help, or how they can help you, right? If you're paired with the captain that you really admire, don't miss your opportunity to ask them, hey, can you help me write an autocode that taxis, because we don't have one, right? And or if you're alliance captain and you know that your alliance partner doesn't have a taxi code, it's the perfect opportunity to work together to do that, right? And you can go however deep into it as you want. If you want to get together this weekend, if you guys have a half a field to practice with, or some elements to practice with, and kind of work together and practice together, I think that's great. And if you can do that, awesome. But at the end of the day, that's kind of the concept behind having alliance selections a week and a half ahead of time. And like I said, hopefully in future years, more than a week and a half. So thanks again to all our alliance representatives. Thank you guys for all tuning in. We are not done with the show yet, although I realize that was probably the most popular part of the show. So if we are going to lose you right now, thanks for tuning in. We are here every Wednesday before and after ARL events. We will continue our coverage on this channel of the FRC season in 2023 and into the regionals. And then we'll be back here for 2023 Arizona Robotics League. If you're sticking around, we are going to take another look at our alliance pairings, and we're going to look at how the schedule of the day works out. And we can do that now. Boom, there we have it. These are our 8 alliances, which we'll see November 11th and 12th at Cactus High School for the ARL Championship. I think the way the double bracket works, I think a lot of our alliances should be pretty jazzed, right? It doesn't matter if you're, right now, if you're on the right side of this bracket, you're looking across at the left side, and you may be saying, gulp. Like, what are we going to do, right? Like, how are we going to overcome such like a stacked alliance, right, with 2 traversals or whatever the case may be? And even if so think about it this way: you get 2 tries to do that, and then even if you lose, you get to go down the lower bracket. If you win on the lower bracket, you get to another 2 tries against that team eventually, right? If they keep winning. So I think the double elimination bracket combined with the best 2 out of 3 is going to be a really fun experience for everybody. It's going to be a really fun day. It's going to be a long day. Interspersed throughout our series, we're going to have giveaways. We're going to have exhibition matches. We're going to have awards. So I really implore all of the teams, attending, to invite as many people as they can. If you're not a team attending and you still want to come out and support Arizona FRC, please be my guest and come on out. To take a little bit of a deeper look at the way the rounds work, right? It's they work pretty much just like a normal FRC regional in the first round. We play rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we go rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if required, we play tiebreaker matches. After that, all of our teams are still available in round 2, so we do it again, right? The matchups are different, as you can see via this graphic, which we will also post this graphic on our Discord after the show's over, and we'll put it in the handbook in case you need to reference it. But you'll see, like, loser of Series 1 plays loser of Series 2, loser of Series 3 plays loser of Series 4, and all, et cetera, right? So it creates a distinct lower bracket and upper bracket. If you lose twice, so if someone in the loser bracket loses again, they are eliminated from the event. So we will lose 2 robots in round 2. We will lose, and then we'll move into round 3. Between round 2 and 3, we will have our first exhibition, right? Those first 2 eliminated alliances can take part in our first exhibition match, which won't just be a regular FRC match. It may be a mentor match. It may be a lights off match. Maybe we'll throw a poll in our Discord for kind of like various fun exhibitions you guys might want to see. Right, and we'll continue all the way until round 6, where it's just our finals again. Right, so just to go over again, if you do lose your first matchup in round 1, you are not eliminated from the tournament. You then go into the lower bracket and you get to start all over again in a new series. Right, so you really have the opportunity to play a team a total of 4 times. Well, if the robots can do rock paper scissors best 3 out of 5, then we could do it as one of the exhibitions. So that's going to be it for us tonight. I do want to just cover one more time that we are the ARL Championship is November 11th and 12th at Cactus High School, and it's the same way it's worked all the other qualifiers this year, and the same way state worked. On Friday night, we'll have load-in and some practice matches. You do not have to practice with your alliance. So if your whole alliance can't be there, don't worry. It's going to be a round-robin practice, right? There'll be time for tuning shooters and limelight, stuff like that. There'll be plenty of time. And then on Saturday, the whole day will be the event. Okay? From the first match, right? Usually after opening ceremonies, you start around 9 a.m. Till we're done, it'll just be the one tournament bracket, right? The double limb. I want to cover one more time that we do have giveaways, and these aren't like candy bars, y'all. These are real giveaways. We've had some amazing volunteers. Shout out to Emily. Really go the extra mile and secure some amazing giveaways for all teams competing. We have about $500 total and various robot part distributor like gift cards, right? So we have like Robo Promo, Andy Mark, the list goes on, right? It's in various amounts ranging from $50 to $250, right? Very cool giveaways. So, and all you have to do to enter into those giveaways, not really entering, they're just giveaways. You just show up. The robots that are competing are just in it. See, I knew I would get some people with the giveaways. You always get people with the giveaways.
Always works.
Always works. We'll be giving away, we have plenty of cargo left over after this year, so we'll have a giveaway for packages of cargo, 3 red, 3 blue. So that'll be a good time. And then, like I said, if you are eliminated early, we do have exhibition match planned out for you, so your day will not be done. completely. And then we have awards at the end, at the second half of the day as well. Okay. I guess that's it for me and Argeo. It's been a real pleasure doing these Twitch shows and kind of covering the Arizona robotics action. We had a couple Arizona State Championship shows. In the future, we'd like to really expand the coverage in the Discord of what we're, and on the Twitch show of the things that we're talking about. We kind of started this whole thing because we don't think that Arizona robotics gets enough coverage, and so what's the best way to really prop up our teams and to gas ourselves up is to cover ourselves, right? So that's what we're doing. That said, for starting immediately, because we want to really expand our coverage, start with the 2023 build season, we are looking for someone to help us produce our Twitch shows and someone to help us manage our social media. Doing kind of everything is hard and it takes a lot of time, and we'd love to do so much more. There's so much written on the proverbial whiteboard of things we'd like to accomplish, both with ARL, the actual tournaments, and with the coverage of it. But we need help. So if you're interested in something like that, you don't have to be a mentor, adult, like anyone who's interested. We would love to help, and you can get some experience working with Twitch show or social media. I will use this as a shameless plug for our social media. We have a Instagram, we have a Twitter, we have a Facebook. Obviously the Twitch, we have a LinkedIn, and we have a YouTube. Usually our YouTube VODs go up pretty soon after they're done here. But that's something we certainly need help with. I'm sure everybody's been frustrated this year, as have we, that we have not been able to turn around the clipped matches fast at all onto our YouTube. And that's because it really just takes time. And it's honestly time that we don't have. So that's an example of something we would love help with, so that we can get our matches put on YouTube for everyone to watch whenever they want, if they want to do scouting or something. So I don't know. I think that's it for me. Thank you again to all of our teams who participated tonight. It was actually kind of a dream come true for me. We had this big grand idea of a Twitch show for our line selection, I don't know, 6 months ago, more than that. And the fact that I know we had some hiccups and it was a little scuffed, but the fact that we kind of pulled it off, pretty great. So I'm really excited to see how the teams work together in the next week and a half, and I'm really, really excited to see everybody at the ARL Championship, November 11th and 12th. Argeo, any parting thoughts from you?
I think that we're in for a treat with this championship. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a long day, but it'll be very worth it.
Absolutely. And we will have, next Wednesday, we will have our ARL Championship warm-up, which is our episode where we kind of go over who's going to be competing. So all the 24 teams that just picked or were picked. And we'll go over the alliances, and we'll make some predictions. We may get a couple special guests on. And then the Wednesday following the ARL Championship, we will have our extra innings episode where we recap the event. We kind of send our final thoughts and kind of sign off, I guess, again until the start of build season. To answer your question, we are using OBS. That's it. OBS streams. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Argeo. It's been a great ride. Thank you again to all of our volunteers for tons of behind the scenes work and work at the events themselves. And thank you to our sponsors, Honeywell and the Dimebacks, as always. And I guess with that, see you all next week, right?
See you then.
See you all next week. I'm going to play my awesome chilly autumn smooth jazz that was playing in the pre-show. Oof. Nothing really gets me quite excited for a fall ARL championship like chilly autumn jazz. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone.